Okay, so from this video, we are going to talk more on how to use ROS2 workspace for gazebos and plugins. Okay, so we'll gradually from this video, we'll start adding ROS onto the gazebo plugin that we already made of move model. Okay, so let's understand firstly how ROS2 workspace I've set it up, and then we'll see the plugin how to make it work. Okay, so if you see structure over here, you'll see on the structure that on the ROS2 workspace, I have two different ROS packages. One is this YT tutorial ROS1 Gazebo ROS. It just has config file, launch file, word file, and then normal CMake package XML. Same goes with this tutorial. This also has CMake and package XML, but I have not written it down here. But the main thing, this is actually the plugin. It has all the plugins that we need. So it has all the Gazebo plugin that we were earlier writing as a standalone Gazebo plugins. Now everything we can write around inside this. So this has this include, and then src include is for .hs file, and then c.cc file, that's C++ file on src. It is just a ROS package, nothing special about it. And the additional thing on this is, on the CMake of this is, now what we are doing for installing any of the model, like this model that we are going to talk about, we have added the install command onto it, so that this model is going to install as .so file within a ROS folder. Okay, so we have just added the install thing. Rest other thing, that how we used to build any package, we can do it over here as well. Okay, so there are two ways to write a ROS Gazebo node or ROS Gazebo Sim plugins. So one way is we can use this ROS2 GZ-Bridge, ROS-GZ-Bridge. We can use that, or the other way we can directly use RCL CPP. So basically the entire ROS format, we directly use that function on the Gazebo Sim plugin. So in this video, we are first going to see the ROS-GZ-Bridge method, where the Gazebo topics are directly mapped to the ROS topics. So we'll see in that video just now. And now there is a naming convention that because you're following this video from so long, you must have noticed that naming convention that I'm using over here is, if there is some name written like this, then that means it's a pure Gazebo Sim plugin. Like if you see on the here standalone plugins as well, if I've written name like this, I've written move model, that means it's a pure Gazebo plugin, right? But on this, if I've written name like this, move model topic way, so basically if topic way is there, that means that I'm using ROS2 Gazebo Bridge to make the communication happen. Okay, and if I'm writing direct ROS, that means that I'm using ROS2 RCL CPP for that code. Okay, so that's the convention that I am using. It's not like that you have to use it, it's your wish. Is this that I've used this convention for my own, and then you can adopt any convention that you want. Okay, now let's come to the launch file. So what we are discussing is a common thing that would be there in all ROS workspace packages. So every ROS package that we want to make Gazebo Sim plugins for it, we are going to do this way. Okay, so the launch file, now we do not need to anymore care about the Gazebo Sim plugin path. So we used to write this manually, no more manual effort. In the launch file, we just need to mention it like this. We just need to mention which package we are using, and then we need to mention the path to which package, and on the launch file itself we mention this parameter, so that when you are launching it, it will by default match that world for this. Because we are using this tutorial Gazebo plugins, that's basic way all our plugin reside, all the plugins that we are writing reside inside this, right? Because of that we are using this. Okay, so and for ROS launch, we were using GZ Sim, right? That's Gazebo Sim to launch it. But now we are going to use the ROS bundle of it. So that package is called, it's a ROS Gazebo package. Okay, so ROS-GZ-Sim is the package name, and the launch file. If you know classic, even we used to use the same formula. Like we used to have a fixed launch file, and then we just used to change the world file. It's the same thing over here. So the package is same, and the package is this, and then the launch file is this. So this is gzsim launch.py. So this is that gzsim launch.py that we are using over here to launch our package, and then we are just giving the path to the world file. And this is, if you remember, even we were using this for verbosity, and is the same thing that I mentioned over here, is just takes the world file. This is the world file for us, and it just takes and launches it. This is how simple it is. And the normal things that obviously I hope you know this. I will shock if you do not know this and you're following this tutorial, that how to build the ROS workspace. Common call con build, and I'm adding symlink install so that if I change anything on the runtime, I do not need to rebuild and source the file. It will automatically make it happen. And then we just source it and then launch the file. This is simple. Okay. Now actually let's see what is ROS-GZ-Bridge. Okay, that is important to understand. So let's go to this plugin. So even now, even we are using the same model plugin that we write one video back, right? So we are gradually adding communication method to that plugin so that we can control that jet velocity dynamically on runtime using topics. Whether it's a gazebo topic or ROS topic. Now we looked in the last video about gazebo topic. Now we are looking at the ROS topic. So this is method number 1, where you can use ROS-GZ-Bridge to make it happen. So what is ROS-GZ-Bridge? So what Gazebo team has written is, they have written a way to set up ROS and Gazebo messages interchangeable. So this ROS-GZ-Bridge is that package that takes, or it's bidirectional. So if you see on this diagram as well, this is one of the diagram from the ROSCon conference that they have presented on. So this is the ROS node, and this is this system plugin that's there, and this is the Gazebo Sim topics. So it is bidirectional. It can take as well, and it can go like this as well, and it can publish as well. So in both direction you can do it. Okay, so that's important, but as we are just subscribing onto it, so in our case what we are just using, if you see, our ROS node is this. Even I'm going to publish it from terminal. I'm not writing a ROS node for this. Okay, if you want, you can write it. So this is the topic name on the ROS side. This is the message name, standard messages, float 64, nothing special. And this is that package that does the conversion from ROS to Gazebo. This package does convert it to Gazebo, and this is the code that we wrote last time, right? So we are using the same code. We are not changing anything in the code. It's just that now we are using ROS-GZ-Bridge to communicate between ROS topic and GZ topics. Okay, and this is the same method that we discussed. And I've just copy pasted the code from this plugin. It directly copy pasted over here. Nothing specially I've done it, because the same code, right? We are just adding on the ROS topic, and this is the GZ bridge. So if we look in the whole picture, it looks something like this. You see, if you look into whole of the picture, it is just this. So this is the, if you remember, this is the same model plugin that we discussed last time that we wrote, and now we just added this part onto the plugin. So this is that ROS-GZ part where we are publishing it from ROS topic. Then it goes to GZ topic, because it's on the GZ topic. It goes to GZ transport, and then from this variable gets changed, and our toy is not toy. Our box keeps on moving up and down. Okay, you understood this? Then there are different syntax to write this ROS-GZ-Bridge. It expects a certain syntax to make it. Like for example, if the topic name is this cd command well, and then the ROS message type, our ROS message type is the standard float messages, that's here, and then Gazebo message is this. So if this is like this, there are 3 symbols that present for you. So this means it's bidirectional. This means it's a bridge in ROS Gazebo to ROS, and this is reverse. It means it's a bridge from ROS to Gazebo. I mean, it sometimes create confusion. So I generally don't use this format. Rather, I use the YAML file to load it up. So if you see, this is just that ROS topic name is this, Gazebo topic name is this, ROS. So ROS topic is this, then the ROS type name. So that's the message name basically, and same way Gazebo type name. So this is that Gazebo type name, and it's bidirectional. Although we are not using bidirectional, but it's fine even if we mention bi-direction. It's just one direction, right? And the important thing is there is a limited topic. It's not like every topic is supported, that you make a topic or you make a service in ROS and you expected it will work in Gazebo Sim side as well, Gazebo transport side as well, but it doesn't work like that. Okay, you have to remember that there is a limited list of topics that are only supported at the moment. Okay, so this list is mentioned over here, ROS type, and this is all there. If you open this link up, you'll be able to see all the lists that are being supported currently. So this is Gazebo side message, this is ROS side messages. So the common thing is quaternion support is same way. If twist is written over here, twist is supported, so it's the same thing, nothing special about it. And then this service, there is only one service that's currently supported, and then there are some examples that they have given. You can read this document, it's a good documented thing and it's not difficult to understand. But the main thing is what we are trying to do on this is, like, for ROS communication we are using this GZ transport method. Okay, so now let's see our launch file. What special it's doing is nothing special, is just using this packages that has all the code for plugins, and then we set the variable. I already told you all this, world, and then we just launch the world, and we are using this bridge that I was saying, ROS-GZ-Bridge. So the package name is ROS-GZ-Bridge. The package name itself is ROS-GZ-Bridge. Okay, and the executable file is parameter bridge, and the name, you can put any name over here. And the argument that I was talking about over there, this is the argument that you have to put for this message to work, but this is little confusing. So even I am using this config file that's over here. If you go inside this is the config that file I'm using, and is the one config file. Then this is the same thing, and it just launches up, simple, nothing special. And then on the CMake of this, if I go on the CMake of Gazebo ROS packages, it's a normal CMake of any ROS packages. I've just mentioned all the folders that I need it to be installed, and then it's a RCL Pi support because we are using launch file. And ROS-GZ-Bridge is going to find because it's dependent, right? Otherwise, so the same thing I mentioned on the package as well, normal things. Okay, now the time to see the topic in action. So we'll do firstly callcon build, although I already kept it build, so it build in a second. Now we'll have to source it. Okay, now we'll launch ROS2 launch. So our package name is YouTube YT tutorial Gazebo ROS, and the launch file name is, what are the option, move topic way. Okay, now we have to just launch it and our model will get launched. Okay, so on the firstly, let's see on the Gazebo side what topics are there. Gazebo topic -L. So if you see on the Gazebo side, we have this command velocity being there. Okay, now let's see on the ROS2 topic list. So on the ROS side, these are just 3 messages, and this is the message of our topic. That means the GZ-Bridge is working, ROS-GZ-Bridge is working. Okay, now let's try and publish some message onto this ROS2 topic pub, and if everything is working fine, it should publish on our data type standard messages. Then we'll do this. Okay, and let's do the same thing that we did on the last video, and it's, if you see the print comes that it started receiving messages on the GZ-Bridge side, and also you see the same print over here. The GZ message saying that okay, we are able to get the message per second. It is continuously loading up, and it takes some time to, it just prints the first message for some reason, I don't know. And now let's update this message to be -1.0 so that our model will come down. This debug thing takes some time to update those messages, but our message is getting published. See, this is getting back to ground because we are publishing -z velocity, right? So it's back. Sometimes this print takes some time for some weird reason. It just takes some time to come up here. I don't know why. Yeah, so that's it. We understood the method of how to make ROS-GZ-Bridge works, but there are limited messages. So be careful if those limited messages are not there. How are you going to add ROS onto your Gazebo Sim plugin? Basically ROS2 onto your Gazebo Sim plugin. How are you going to add that? So we'll discuss that method of direct in next video. Okay, see you.